No DQ Galaxy, we are live with a recap of Monday Night Raw for Monday, May 22nd, 2023. We are on the final road to Clash of Champions, Night of Champions, whatever it's called. I always get it confused. It is Night of Champions. Clash of Champions would mean every title is on the line. We do have some title matches, though, for the Night of Champions premium live event in Saudi Arabia this coming Saturday. Shanti is here. He said, "Welcome to Monday Night SmackDown, pal." I wish it was SmackDown in the sense of 2 hours, but it's Monday Night Raw, which means 3 hours. And good old JM Jeff Meacham sent in $5. Thank you for that, Jeff. He says, "Having to watch Raw live now, so I won't be here during the recap. See you all tomorrow for the Night of Champions predictions and say yes to No DQ and the Jeff Meacham Network." Thank you for that, Jeff. Much appreciated. And I will go ahead and throw up the Jeff Meacham Network plug for Jeff. Make sure you guys follow him. Now, let's get to Raw. We had footage shown of Brock Lesnar attacking Cody Rhodes backstage, smashed a barrel into Cody's arm. Brock Lesnar, like a shark, going for the kill, taking out Cody Rhodes to start off the show in the backstage area. Where is Omos? He is in catering. Paul Heyman was in the ring for a promo. He said he had nothing to do with that Brock Lesnar attack on Cody Rhodes. He hyped up how there are 3 main events at Night of Champions. I mean, that's almost half the card right there. Heyman teased the idea that there will be new tag team champions, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. But the current champions, KO, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn showed up. Heyman took off. Owens and Zayn cut a promo. Owens had an idea. They were going to dedicate their victory to the true pillars of the bloodline, Jimmy and Jey Uso. Sami Zayn said before Night of Champions, they had some business to take care of on Raw. And of course, that was the cue for Imperium to show up. Matt Riddle ran down, a fight broke out, good guys cleared the ring, and that set up our main event of the evening. We had our first match of the evening, which was Ricochet versus Bronson Reed. Good match here. A showcase for Bronson Reed. Ricochet did get in some offense. And I thought that Ricochet did a really good job in this match of selling for Bronson, making him look like $1 million. At one point, Bronson came off the apron with a shoulder tackle. He went for it a second time, but Ricochet caught him with a flying knee. Ricochet got Bronson back in the ring. However, Reed was able to pick up the win, power slamming Ricochet and then finishing him off with the tsunami. Solid win here for Bronson Reed. They're doing a good job building him up as a force to be reckoned with. And then we had Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley interrupting a promo from Apollo Crews. Rhea Ripley hyped up what I believe is a title match versus Natalya at Night of Champions. And Apollo was not happy about his interview time being cut. So a match was set up, Dom versus Apollo, for later. And by the way, Natalya and Rhea Ripley for the title. Man, talk about filler for the premium live event. By the way, Walter, Apollo lost his accent in NXT. We had Seth Rollins, part 3 of the sit-down interview with Corey Graves. And this was the little cliffhanger moment from last week. Rollins gave his thoughts on Roman Reigns. Rollins loves Roman, but also doesn't like him. doesn't respect the champion that Roman Reigns became, poisoned by his own ego, taking away opportunities from everyone else. And Rollins said, as far as AJ Styles goes, he's feeling pretty invincible going into Night of Champions. At this point, I feel like enough was enough with the Seth Rollins videos. Like, I feel last week we got the gist of everything, but now we got him talking about Roman Reigns. And then there was a fourth part, which we'll get to in just a few moments. And Gomer, I have a theory or a prediction for how this is going to play out. So tune in for the predictions video live, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, Tuesday night on the No DQ YouTube channel. We had Finn Balor cutting a promo for his match against Shinsuke Nakamura, and then we had a Zoe Stark vignette, followed by Candice LeRae versus Zoe Stark. Zoe got the early offense, and then Nikki Cross showed up as a cheerleader for Candice. Candice did build up some momentum, came off with a springboard crossbody to the outside, but then Nikki gave Candice a hug on the outside, and Candice was thrown off by this, and Zoe Stark took advantage, got Candice back in the ring, and finished her off with the Z360, the knee to the face. It was decent, but yeah, Zoe Stark, it's going to take some time to establish her with the audience. I feel like Bronson Reed is finally starting to get a little bit of a reaction from the fans. It's going to take time with some of these NXT acts. And I really don't care about this Candice and Nikki Cross storyline, but they got to do something with them. We had Mustafa Ali interviewed about his upcoming IC title match with Gunther, which everybody knows is a filler match. And he said he's been dreaming about being a champion ever since he was a kid, but it's been failure after failure after failure. He didn't say it like Sheamus, but that's basically the point of this. And then Brock Lesnar showed up and told Ali to get a life. Lesnar went to the ring, mocked Cody Rhodes's "What do you want to talk about?" line, said that Cody Rhodes will not be fighting at Night of Champions, and Brock then issued an open challenge. Anybody that wanted to fight him at Night of Champions, he would go against them. But then Cody showed up with his arm in a sling, and Adam Pearce was there begging Cody to not get in the ring, but Cody was very defiant. He got in the ring, tore off the sling. A fight broke out, but Brock got the upper hand, applied the Kimura lock, and then snapped the arm of Cody Rhodes. Basically, the idea was that Brock Lesnar broke the arm of Cody, just like he did to Triple H and so many others over the years. Really good angle here. I mean, this was the best thing on the show, in my opinion. But the question is, so many people, like Triple H, for instance, was out of action for several months after that arm break. And now we're supposed to believe that Cody can do a match with a broken arm, a broken freaking arm. But yeah, that's what they're going for here. And yeah, Brock is awesome as a complete monster. And Cody does a great job selling and playing that role of the guy that will never give up, never back down. We had Alpha Academy versus Viking Raiders in a tag team match. Crowd wanted Otis, and after Gable got beaten down for a while, Otis came in, body slammed Ivar, caterpillar to Eric, but then Sarah Logan interfered. You had Maxine Dupree getting heated with Sarah, yelling in her face. Sarah chased her off, but the outside interference allowed Gable to take advantage. Gable with the O'Connor roll scored the, I guess you could say, upset victory. And I mean, it was not much of a match, but the crowd did enjoy it. Alpha Academy wins, which is fine. But again, like, I prefer them to be a serious team as opposed to a babyface comedy team or heel comedy team, whatever the hell they are. I guess they're faces now. Not sure what's up with the Maximum Male Models. Don't really care, quite frankly. Speaking of not really caring, Indus Share did another vignette. Do not care. We had Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor. Pretty good match here. Some early momentum for Shin, but then Damian Priest interfered, clotheslined Shin on the outside while the referee was distracted. After the break, Nakamura started to make a comeback, delivered a sliding German suplex to Balor, and then started taunting Damian Priest. He went for the Kinshasa, but Balor countered it. And then Balor went up top, but missed the coup de grace. Nakamura kicked Balor in the back of the head. But then Damian Priest once again interfering, pulling Balor to the outside. And Nakamura, stupid babyface, went after Priest, clotheslined him over the barricade. Balor took advantage and then got Nakamura back in the ring, finished him off with the coup de grace. The problem with this, like I said, stupid babyface Nakamura just completely forgetting about his opponent, getting outsmarted, which is not how you effectively book a babyface, in my opinion. Just saying. Match was good, but the finish, your typical make the babyface look like a damn fool. We had footage shown of Liv Morgan being injured on SmackDown. We got this tag team match coming up. And we had Raquel versus Sonya Deville in a singles match. Pretty basic match here. Chelsea Green was out there, but Sonya Deville got in a little bit of offense. Raquel ultimately won with the choke slam power bomb, and then Chelsea Green immediately attacked Raquel. Shotzi ran down to make the save. I thought Shotzi was on SmackDown, but I mean, whatever at this point. Like, why even bother getting upset about it? Shotzi went out there. Looks like their new tag team. More on that in a few moments. We have an Austin, no, not Austin Theory vignette. Who did we have a vignette of? And why did my notes autocorrect whoever the person was here? Well, might have been a Trish Stratus vignette. I'm not even sure. But anyways, scratch what I just said there because I don't know what this segment was. But maybe it was AJ Styles. I don't know. Anyways, Trish Stratus was backstage. She wanted a no-touch policy for her contract signing with Becky Lynch. Oh, it was Mustafa Ali. Thank you for that, Matthew. I have no idea why it auto-corrected to Theory. So we had Adam Pearce basically denying the no-touch policy. We had the contract signing, and I guess I'll say one positive thing. At least the match was not made official until the contract signing, which is how it should be. Now, with that being said, I thought it was a dud segment. Trish was out there talking. Becky signed the contract right away, but Trish was going on and on and on about how she changed women's wrestling. She's always been number one. It did not take a broken nose to get there. I thought she did break her nose at one point. But anyways, because that's how Becky got the big baby face turn with the broken nose. Crowd barely reacted to it, and it was only like 5 years ago. And Trish said this was her first contract signing. It was going to be the last contract signing for Becky Lynch. And Becky responded by saying that she's not going to hurt Trish because she wants Trish at full health. And then she said that if Trish thought barking like a dog was a big deal, wait until Night of Champions. No crowd reaction to this line whatsoever. Remember when Trish was barking like a dog? Well, this crowd did not remember that. No pop, nothing. And Becky was wearing these hands for sunglasses. Like, I thought she was done doing the Lady Gaga wannabe gimmick as a heel. So, not really sure what was going on here. Segment did not work for me at all. Like, I have no interest in seeing this match whatsoever. And to end it, that Becky tipped over the table, Trish ran away. Like, it did nothing for me. I do not have any desire to see this match whatsoever, which is really unfortunate considering it should be an all-time classic, but did not care. It's just not working. The Trish heel turn feels very forced to me, doesn't feel natural. I'm just not buying the story. Bottom line. Walter Cruz with a $5 super chat says, Nakamura looked like a big deal. Now he keeps losing. As Hurricane would say, what's up with that? Also, Trish Stratus looks uncomfortable as a heel. Indeed, she does. The Nakamura return, like, I knew it wasn't going to really last for very long. He really needs Boogs. Like, they need to be a team. Like, I feel like that team got cut short a little bit too soon. I think Nakamura was really good in that role. Kind of reminded me, not as good of a team in the ring, but as far as charisma and just being a fun team goes, like kind of like the Bar in a way. Nakamura and Rick Boogs, I thought that they really meshed well together. And Nakamura could do his thing. Boogs could do his thing. The two of them, I think that they were made to be a tag team. So I'm kind of missing that. Nakamura's a singles. I mean, I think the time has passed for that. I think Nakamura's best off in a tag team. I think he's best off with Boogs. Still holding out hope that maybe they'll reunite, but unlikely. We had Shotzi backstage praising Raquel. Has Raquel's back. I think she just wants TV time, quite frankly. And we had the official confirmation that they will be teaming up in the tag team title match to crown new champions. Whoopee. They ain't winning. Dominic versus Apollo, which was fine for what it was. And we had We Want Mommy chants. Crowd was more into Rhea Ripley than anything else here. I mean, who really cares about Apollo at this stage of the game? Like, with all due respect to the guy, like they have changed his character over and over again, put him in NXT. He's back. Like, he has crappy music. Like, there's just nothing going for this guy right now. Rhea Ripley interfered. She stood in front of Dominic on the outside of the ring. And then when the referee was distracted, Dominic sent Apollo into the steps. Rhea shoved Apollo into the ring post. And then Apollo managed to beat the 10 count, but then Dominic came off the top with the frog splash and got the 1-2-3 victory. And in response to this comment, I am very blunt about wrestling, and I'm often positive. I know that this doesn't sound like the most positive review, but almost every pay-per-view is great, and SmackDown is usually a very good show. Dynamite's usually very good. Raw is kind of a mixed bag. It's up and down for me, and last couple weeks it's not been great. But it doesn't mean I'm always negative on it. Doesn't necessarily mean means I'm burned out. But there is a lot of wrestling. I mean, it's a lot for, I think, any regular person that's trying to balance their life. And this is my job, 5 hours for WWE, and it's going to be 4 or 5 hours now for AEW. It's a lot. It's a lot for anybody. But yeah, trying to keep going with it. And, that's how we roll here. I wish Raw was 2 hours, but It ain't going to happen. We had AJ Styles video package. I'm still not sure what that one was earlier that I mentioned. So we had the fourth and final Seth Rollins segment with Corey Graves. And, like I said, dragging out. Wasn't necessary. It's time for change. Wrestling's been his whole life. We get all this. We knew all this already. Like, they didn't need to do this segment. They could have just done 2 Rollins segments. They did 4, and it was more than it needed to be. But when you have a 3-hour show, you got to fill time. And then we had the main event segment of the evening, which was 6-man tag team match. Imperium versus Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. Match was good, pretty long match here. More or less what you would expect out of these guys in the Raw main event. Solid match. Riddle was beat down for a while, and then Owens came in. Owens delivered some offense, but then the numbers caught up with him. We had 2 commercial breaks, and then after the second break, things started to break down. Gunther chopped Sami Zayn a bit. Sami, funny moment here. So Sami Zayn delivered the Blue Thunder Bomb, and yes, it did not work, but it was actually Vinci breaking up the pin instead of Gunther just kicking out. And for whatever reason, I find that funny that the pin had to be broken up with a move that for Sami Zayn. But anyways, that was entertaining. And then we had Riddle come off with the floating bro to Gunther, and then Riddle threw Gunther over the announce desk. So Gunther was out of the equation. And then Sami Zayn delivered the haluva kick to Vinci. Owens came off the top with the Swanton Bomb and got the 1-2-3 victory. What I don't understand is why WWE was promoting this idea of a mystery partner when it was just Riddle. Why not just say it's Riddle from the get-go? Like you tease a mystery partner, you have the little vacant graphic, and it just ends up being Riddle. Like, what a letdown. And yeah, Owens won with the Swanton, which is definitely a rare occurrence. So yeah, Owens and Zayn get the win. That's fine. And then backstage, Cody Rhodes was in his locker room, and Triple H showed up for a rare appearance. Said that Cody needs medical attention, but Cody refused. And Triple H said it's very apparent. Cody knows damn well it's a broken arm, and Cody is afraid of what the doctors will say, because if they say it's a broken arm, Triple H cannot allow Cody to wrestle. But then Cody said to put himself, Triple H should put himself in Cody's position. And what would Triple H do? And at this point, Triple H was understanding, and Cody said he's going to fight. Triple H patted him on the back and took his leave. So I guess because Cody Rhodes refuses to get checked out, Triple H is going to clear him for the match. I mean, it doesn't really make any logical sense, but there you go. Cody Rhodes with a broken freaking arm is going to face Brock Lesnar. So what does this mean? Is this going to be an out for Cody Rhodes to lose? Or is he going to be like Super Cena? Are they going to double down on it and he beats Brock Lesnar again with a broken freaking arm? I mean, at the very least, I don't know where this is going. So that's a positive. Match could go either way. I'm not really sure which way I'm leaning at this point. It's unpredictable, and I guess that's a good thing. All in all, Raw was okay. I mean, it wasn't a terrible show, but I definitely don't think it was a top tier go-home show by any means. I think it was decent. Hence, I'm going with a a straight C for Monday Night Raw. Decent show, but could have been a lot more intriguing, a lot better build up. I mean, half of this card I just do not care about whatsoever. They did good with Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes, though, and that's one of 3 main events, but I mean, that's one of the important matches, and I felt that it was a solid build-up for that. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up on YouTube and tell a friend. Spread the word. Have a great week, everybody. Lots of content coming up. We got the predictions for Night of Champions and Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing will be Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Thank you for that, Matthew. You know I will. I love putting him on that the horse attachment that you can put on the horse, and dragging him around and just doing stuff like that. But anyways, take care, everybody. See you next time. And remember, say yes to NoDQ.com. Peace out.